Hello. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, guys. It is the 6th of January already. Can you imagine? It was only Christmas yesterday. It was only the New Year yesterday. Well, the New Year for some, as it's known. Some people don't celebrate January as their New Year, but it is what it is. We understand. I get it. Happy New Year to those who do celebrate on the New Year at this time of the year. Happy what day is today? Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm hoping everybody's doing well. I appreciate you all for joining me for what should be an interesting discussion today. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Hey Jazz A, hey Clyde, hey Queen Diva, hey everybody coming in. I appreciate you all for coming through. As per usual, we're gonna have a discussion this morning. Like you see, the title is When is it time to end a friendship? So that's what we're going to be discussing this morning. Please feel free to hit the link if you want to talk about it. And of course, the chat is always available. I enjoy reading from the chat and interacting with the supporters. So I'm going to drop the link in a minute, as well as you're always welcome to type in the chat. And as per usual, like I said, especially since I started my channel, everyone is welcome to drop in the chat. It's not that serious. It really doesn't matter. Okay. Just be respectful at the end of the day. Thank you so much, guys, for coming over. One second. Okay. When is it time? I'm hoping this is the right one that I put up on here. Good morning, Chris Miller. Good morning, Purple Peach. Good morning, everyone. Clyde, happy Friday, girl. Good morning. I appreciate you all for coming through, as per usual. Good morning, Queen Diva. Again, good morning, Big O. Nice to see you. Grand Rising to you, too. Good morning, Miss Karina Blackwell. Good morning. Thank you so much for dropping down in the chat, and the chat is open to anyone who wants to be a part of it. So, what we're going to be discussing this morning is when is it time to end a friendship? When do you think is the right time to actually like do away with a friendship? Hey, YouTube cameras, good morning. When is it time to end a friendship? I hope this is the right thing I have up here on the screen, but whatever, it is what it is. Let me drop the link in here. Feel free at any time to click the link, as well as feel free at any time to type whatever you got in the chat. It's okay. I'm cool with it. So there goes the link for those who want to participate in the discussion. And of course, you can always type. When we talk about friendship, what comes to mind? Who is a friend is the first thing you should probably think of. Like, really, who do you consider some to be your friend? When you think of the word friendship, what is supposed to come to mind? It's supposed to be someone who you can trust, someone you enjoy being around, someone you could tell anything and they know about, they know practically everything about you. Well, they're always there for you, they're down for you. You can talk to them whenever you want. There's somebody who should be reliable, in my opinion. So, of a friend, it should be someone who is trustworthy. Okay, so we got some answers already from Clybroke again. We got to know when it's time to let go, for real, for real. There are times when you may have a friend, you may have known them since childhood, you may have known them forever, to be honest. But at the end of the day, there are times when you just have to say goodbye to those friendships. It doesn't make sense you hold on, especially if it's a toxic one. So when you think about a friendship or somebody who is a friend of yours, you must have this kind of interpersonal bond between each other. There got to be some mutual relationship. This person has to be there to support you in any way they can, and not necessarily financial, emotional support. They should be there to serve a supportive role, a positive role, you know, to make sure that your quality of life or your friendship should be meaningful. You know what I'm saying? So when we think about friendship, the word friend, I'm telling you, it's an interesting word. But at the end of the day, a good friend is somebody who cares about your emotional well being. That's what I think. Okay. Deanna said it's time when you get tired of a bitch. Okay, so let's see. So Clyde broke again. I'm sorry, not Clyde Diva. Hey, Hood Therapy. Clyde says it's time to let it go when the relationship causes undue stress. When the other person doesn't want to grow and tries to hold you back from growing, as well as when the friendship is no longer a safe space. Bingo, Cly. Bingo right there. And Deanna says, once you're tired of a bitch, end that friendship. And I concur. Once you get tired of somebody and I don't even want to say they don't serve your purpose. When they are not there for you emotionally, or you don't see the benefits of that person being a part of your life. And I'm not meaning that you gotta be selfish, but if they're not adding to the quality of your life, why bother? You know, why have the dead weight? I'm all about removing dead weight. Hey, Angel Ray, good morning. Good morning, Foot Soldier. Good morning, everyone coming in. I appreciate you guys. Purple Peach says, when you outgrow a friendship, when lifestyles change, that does happen. And sometimes we really do have to take it into consideration. It doesn't mean it has to be a bad thing. Sometimes people move on, they grow, their family dynamics change. You know, some things happen, and it depends. It depends. Foot Soldier says it's time when you find out that friend was ooh, bingo. When you find out that person was never a friend in the first place, they were only being a friend, a quote unquote friend to you because of how it could benefit them. There you go. Bingo right there. I just feel like you should end friendships with people when they're selfish and think about only themselves and what they're going through and how they feel. That is when I think a friendship should, Purple Pete says toxicity plays a huge part, but you should already, girl, sometimes, we do see the red flags as friends. We see the red flags and, we decide that we're going to try to accept the person for who they are or show them where they're going wrong or whatever, or treat them with kindness so they realize you're not the same as them, or they could also, return that same kind of respect to you. But some people don't know that. They don't know how to do it. Okay, I got a few reasons, and I also want you to apply it to even here in the YouTube streets, in the sector. Some people don't know when to move on. Think about it. Some people don't know when they need to move on from a person, when it becomes toxic, or when they just don't serve a positive role in your life. You can move on. Purple Peach, bingo. Keep your circle small if you have to. Acquaintances work better. Hood Therapy, bingo. When you care more about their problems than yours, walk away. Okay, so here I got a few of them. Let me remove myself from the screen. There we go. So this is what we're discussing today. There we go. What are the signs? What do you consider the deal breakers? So I've gotten a few in the chat already. Like people are saying what they think are sometimes we just gotta go find ourselves, travel to our end of the road, and allow them to travel to their end of the road. Let us go through some of the deal breakers. Now, there are many deal breakers that you can look out for, but I picked a few, so let's see what happens. And I agree with some of the answers that you have guys. So, one of the first things that I consider a reason why you need to break off a friendship or just acknowledge that you guys just don't have, you just need to go away, not be friends anymore. So, one of the first ones that I think is if that person or persons aren't there for you when you need them, they don't need to be your friends. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that a friend should always bear all your burdens and be worried about everything you're going through and run their run their blood pressure up trying to figure out how to save you at all times. No. You're going to have times when you really need your friend. You're going to have times when you really need some kind of support, right? And if that person is never there for you when you need them, but you are always there for them when they need help, that is when you know you got to start considering stuff. You got to start saying to yourself, well, whenever you need something, I'm always there, and I try it if I can. I always try to help your ass out, right? Where are you when I need you? Especially if you're not the type of person who asks for a lot of stuff. You don't require much of a friendship. But if you're in a situation where that friend is never there for you, but you are saying to yourself, okay, so they got this going on, I was there. They got that going on, I was there. This was going on, and I was there too. It's not that you're looking for anything. Always remember, it's not that you are looking for anything in return. But you're going to say to yourself, look at how many times I've been there for this person. And when I need them the most, especially if it's not anything like really, like something heavy that they'll have to take on, they're never there for you. That's when you're supposed to start reconsidering your friendship. I'm sorry. You can't trust them. Look at this person, trust fall. That girl is going to hit her head. Okay. Hey, everybody coming in. Clyde, you got a good point right there. You got a really good point. So, when they're not there for you when you need them, it's time to reconsider your friendship. Number two, whenever they don't value your time or your efforts. Okay, whenever they don't value your time, I'm telling you, whenever they don't value your time, trust and believe you should return the favor. Matter of fact, if they're really your friends, they'll call you out whenever they need stuff. You make efforts, go out of your way to get stuff done for them. They don't think they can do it for you. You will put your life on the back burner to help them. Dedicate your time. You will walk to the end of the world for the person, and they can't. Girl, reconsider your friendship. I am sorry. I am sorry. It's 2023, and if you can't see that sometimes you got to step away from people, you got to really think about it. You got to really think about it. When people do not care enough about your time, when they don't value your time and your efforts, the things that you do for them. This is a little bit similar to the first one that we discussed. But whenever they don't value your time and the efforts you put into the friendship, you should probably do the same. Return the fucking same to them and don't value their time or their efforts. Well, probably they didn't make much effort anyway, but when you realize that people don't think about stuff that you do for them, you're not heading to anywhere positive in that friendship. So you got to reconsider that part. Okay. I got number three. Let's look at number three real quick. When is it time for you to end a friendship? When you barely have anything to talk about. I'm sorry. It means you are already on your path of, distance. That you are already distance in the first place. When you got a friend and you don't have shit to say to them when you see them, or your conversations feel like really forced, like you gotta say something to them, girl, it is time to move on. Because it's that the discomfort that comes with it. The discomfort that comes with, being a friend to someone and, well, supposed friend, and you never have anything to say to them because it may feel too forced. It may feel like you're being fake if you're going to be, laughing in their faces and talking to them like you're happy and everything is cool. I can't do that shit. I don't know how to be fake. I'm sorry. I am not faking the funk for anybody. I am sorry. If there's nothing for us to talk about, it probably means it's just that time to step away. When you got long silent, long, those extended times when you have nothing to say, you feel uncomfortable having conversations. It means you guys no longer have nothing in common to talk about, and it makes no sense. Now, as a friend, if you'd like to, you could probably talk to the person about it and, like probably ask them, do you notice we don't have nothing in common anymore? Or the conversations are forced and fake? You know, you could talk about some of your old memories from the past and share experiences, but that what is that going to do? What about the present ones? What about your experiences right now in the present? If you have absolutely nothing in the present to talk about, hey L7, hey Fifi, you don't need to be friends anymore. I am sorry. Well, in my opinion, make it that way. Hey, the church lady, TM. I'm sorry. When you barely have anything to talk about anymore, keep it moving. I'm sorry. That is enough for you right there. If you made like efforts to try to talk to them and nothing has changed, it's okay. I'm trying to tell you it is okay. It is okay to move on. You have little or nothing to talk about. Your friendship has already started to drift apart. So, I don't know. Maybe your circumstances in life have changed. Maybe you have less in common than you actually think. You know what I'm saying? At this point, it's a sign that your friendship is no longer what you thought it was and it has come to an end and it's okay to move. Go to your different paths and you'll be fine. If you were close at one point and you're not anymore, it's going to make you feel awkward trying to force conversations and stuff. So, I don't know. You could probably, if you were a good friend to that person, you guys could have probably talked about it, talk about the changes you notice or whatever. But you know what, if you have to invest less time having conversations with someone, it's time to roll. Okay, for those who are just coming in, we're talking about when do you know it's time to end a friendship, and we are at number 5. We got quite a few. I'm taking some of the suggestions from the chat also. Oh, we're at number 4, sorry. You're free to be a part of the conversation whenever you want. Let me see what Foot Soldier says. Foot Soldier says, I feel like it's good to move on. When it's over, it's over. I rather do that than stay and be unsure about the friendship. I agree with you, Foot Soldier. It's good to move on. When you know it's over, just why force yourself? You know what I'm saying? Just move on. It's cool. It's okay. In the same way you became friends with that person, you will eventually be friends with other people too. So like seriously, you don't have to worry. Let me see what Royal Blue says. Remember guys, you can type in the chat. We're talking about when is it time to end a friendship? When is it time? Okay, let's go. Royal Blue says, I've had friends who I grew apart from, and for us, it didn't need to be a conversation or a formal moving on. We just organically drift apart, and that's okay. I agree with you, Royal Blue. If there's nothing to hold on to, there's just nothing to hold on to. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Miss O. Good morning, girl. I saw what you were saying, girl. I saw it. Oh, yeah. Royal Blue also says, we may send Christmas cards or have a birthday lunch and catch up, maybe on FaceTime or whatever. I get it, but if I'm done with somebody, I am done. I am not faking it with you. I'm not looking in your face and talking to you if I'm done with you. Especially if you didn't have the respect for a friendship in the first place. I am done. Okay, Royal Blue says it's okay to begin feeding someone with a long handled spoon but remain friendly, if not friends. Well, that's true. Okay, I get it. Yeah. The dynamics of the friendship change. It's okay, I guess. Real Mama Fifi says you can know when it's time to move on from a friendship when you find yourself having to lie for them. There you go. I agree with you, Mama Fifi. When you gotta start lying for them, you know something is wrong. You know what I mean? You could do it as a good friend. Sometimes it depends on the situation you want to help them out. If it's really something that's really important. But when you gotta keep, being this like toxic situation where they're always coming with something, you gotta lie for them, and you gotta keep coming up and gotta remember all those lies and stuff. Nuh-uh. Good morning, Miss Cruiser. Welcome. Happy Friday to you too. We are talking about when do you really know it's time to end a friendship? Now we're at number 4. When somebody betrays your trust, do you still hang around them? Like for me, I'm thinking to myself that if somebody betrays me, I don't know if I could look at them the same way. Or I don't know, I'll still start to think about them doing it over and over again. I'll still think that if they did it once, they'll do it to me again. So I'm going to be very mindful of, that person. If you did something to me before and I realize that you have betrayed my trust, whether it is speaking badly about you behind your back, talking to other people about you behind your back, it's not going to feel, you're going to feel like you're not going to feel relaxed around them. You're not going to want to open up to them anymore. You can't tell them stuff anymore because you're always going to be thinking in the back of your mind that they are going to betray you at some point. They're going to be talking shit about you with other people who, you don't want them to know stuff about you, but they'll be talking about you. If you betray my trust, you'll be repeating stuff I said to you. You'll be just, giving my info out like I asked you to be a freaking town crier or anything. I'm sorry. I won't be able to enjoy a close relationship with you anymore. Because if I can't trust you, you cannot be my friend. I am sorry. Once you betray my trust, I am sorry. I think to myself, you actually sat and thought out what you were gonna do, and that means you'll do it again. If you did it once, you will do it again. And for me, trust is a very big part of a relationship. And once I can't trust you anymore, it's hard to recover. I am not going down that road with you again. If I can't trust you, if you betray me, that injure trust. I am done. Okay. I am sorry. There's no way I could ever sorry. There's no way I could ever regain trust with you. I am sorry. Mm-mm. There's no way. It's not worthwhile to re-explore that friendship. I am sorry. Okay. I am done. Royal Blue says if it's an unhealthy relationship, I will cut the chat and burn the ends. I don't go back. I think that's a follow up to this one right here. Your previous comment. Miss Cruiser says, when I have to tiptoe around you and can't be myself and be honest with you, it's time to bounce. Bingo, Miss Cruiser. When you can't be yourself around somebody and you gotta be pretentious or you gotta be overthinking stuff that you do and you can't be comfortable. So it's time to go. Foot Soldier says, run for the hills, baby. Angel Ray says, no trust means no friendship. I agree with you. Royal Blue says, I definitely need to be able to speak freely and comfortably around a friend. Good morning, G_5. Thank you for being a part of the live this morning. Great topic. Thank you so much. You can be a part of the topic too. Guys who are just coming in, feel free to type in the chat. I don't, be monitoring who comes from where or whatever. It's YouTube for me. It's not that serious. So anybody is okay to drop down in the chat and be a part of the conversation. It really doesn't matter to me. Just be respectful and we're cool. That's it. Hey, good morning, the Ghetto View. The Ghetto View, you're traveling, aren't you? Mama Fifi says, when they show you who they are, ooh, girl, Fifi, If you show me who you are the first time, I'm gonna believe it because you sat and thought stuff out before you did it, and you'll do that shit again. I'm all for giving chances sometimes, to be honest, and letting people see where they go wrong. Or if I am your friend and I see something, I'm gonna talk about it. So I'm gonna make you aware of what makes me uncomfortable, or what my experience is like, or what I see that is happening. And if you disregard my feelings or my observations or whatever it is, I don't need to be around you anymore. I'm sorry. I am done. Good morning, Miss Queenie. Good morning, Miss Gerald. Thank you, Foot Soldier. Okay, girl. Yeah. So once you betray my trust, there's no coming back from that shit. If you got friends who can't keep your secrets, girl, if you got friends who cannot keep your secrets, you can't feel confident around them, you gotta go. It's time. It's time. That's the time you need to get yourself away from that person. You want to make sure that friends who you have, they keep a secret a secret. They keep private things private. You need to be able to trust your friends. You need to be able to have confidence in your friends or friends. You see what I'm saying? You gotta sometimes, as friends, make things clear. What you want them to do. What are some of the things you think is okay for them to say or not say. But you shouldn't even be saying that. To be honest, everybody should know. Hey, King Roman News. Good morning. Once you cannot trust somebody, it's a wrap for me. Mm-mm. It is a whole wrap for me. I am sorry. Okay, let's go to number 5. When do you know it's time to end a friendship, sorry? When you realize you are treat somebody said this earlier in the chat when I just started the live. Somebody said when you realize you are treating a person a lot better than they treat you. This one right here resonates with me. When you realize you are there for somebody more than they are there for you, girl, start packing. That's a whole red flag right there. That means it's a whole one-sided relationship. That's what it means to me. That's what it means to me. It's a one-sided relationship. When you can be taking care of other people's needs and wants, or you're always considering what they're going through and trying to find ways to help them, you're treating them better. You're treating them good, and they don't ever in their mind, they have never, I say this never ever thought about you and what you're going through and ask, how they can help you, or they can see for themselves that you're going through stuff and, decide to ask, how can I help you with this? Or not even ask, do it because they're supposed to be your friend. They're supposed to be your friend. So when it's a one-sided type of relationship, pack your bags and keep moving. Pack your, I'm not cussing. I'm not cussing. I'm not cussing. Pack your bags and keep moving. If you have been friends, it doesn't even matter if it's been years that you know that person. If you realize at some point that you're in a friendship where it's one-sided, it's not a two-way street. I don't even care if it's a platonic relationship, a familiar relationship, a romantic relationship, whatever type of ship you're sailing on, friendship. It doesn't matter. If you are in a consistently one-sided relationship, pack your bags, keep moving, because you're pouring energy into someone who isn't giving you the same treatment. That is not a mutual relationship. Okay, if you find out that your friend comes around you only when they need something or they're going through a hard time, fuck up out of here. Keep moving. That's not your friend. You hear me? It is not your friend. They're often silent when you're going through your thing, but when they're going through their stuff, you're there thinking about them and trying to figure out how you can help them, what you can do to make them comfortable and all of that shit. You're thinking about the stuff, their struggles, and you're trying to find ways to help them and stuff because that's your friend. I mean, that's your friend. If they're not there for you in your time of need, It's time to say goodbye. And it's 2023, guys. Figure these stuff out. If these people were never your friends, keep it moving. You hear me? Hey, Rebel. Dang. Royal Blue says this is when you cut your friend off, your supposed friend. When you always feel drained after dealing with that person. Bingo, Royal Blue. You hear me? Rebel Sun says it's time to leave your friendship when it's one sided. Rebel Sun says, stop making them a priority when you're only an option. Bingo. I've seen that in, yeah. I agree. I agree. G_5 says, I've had a friend that only wanted to talk about her life and her problems. She rarely ever asked me how I was or how my day. Ooh, girl. There you go. There you go. That's when you know you need to. You don't even need to tell the person, have you ever asked me how I was doing? The moment you got to ask your friend that is the moment you need to keep it moving. You hear me? When your friend, if you got to point out to your friend that they're always telling you about their lives and they never care how your life is, that's when you need to keep it moving. When you are treating a person good and you may be thinking about them a little bit too much, worried about them and all of that shit, and they don't do that for you, girl, keep it moving. Some of these people who are friends, they use you. It's okay for friends to ask you for favors from time to time. That's fine because you're friends. You should be there, as emotional support for each other. But if you are always helping somebody out without them ever thinking about you and stuff you're going through and help you out when you're in your time of needs, that person only sees you as a useful resource. That's all they see you as. You know? That's all they walk away from those types of people. Be honest with yourself. Yes, you can help people out and stuff, but at the same time, if you are worried more about them than they're worried about you, pack those bags and keep it moving. Okay. Right? Ooh. They basically use you as an unpaid therapist. There you go. G5 says that relationship was very exhausting. Miss Cruiser said she let a friend go of 22 years for that reason. There you go. For soldiers liking that whole thing about the unpaid therapist. Good morning, Tracy's World. Girl, I saw your live this morning. I don't know why I woke up and grabbed my phone because Tracy was over there. Tracy, I got up this morning and I said, let me see what's going on here. Tracy in the morning. I'm Tracy. Tracy was out there in the morning with a. Well, let me not. Let me. I'll talk about that after. Rebel Sun says, I have a strong spirit of goodbye. That's me too. To be honest, I try to work stuff out first or show somebody, what I think they're not seeing or what they're doing wrong. But if you don't care enough, I just, take my little time and, get away from you. Because you're selfish. You're a selfish bitch. Miss Cruz, girl. Somebody, I've been in a similar situation. Miss Cruiser, and it's not until somebody pointed it out to me, somebody had to actually point it out to me and say, Carrie, do you remember when you used to do this? I was always wondering what was going on with you. You're always doing this. You're always going out of your way to do this. And I've never, ever seen that person do the same thing for you. And I said to myself, I just do it out of the kindness of my heart because this is how I grew up. I don't even want to say it's how I grew up. It's all I know. I don't do things for people with the intention of getting it back. I am sorry. I may have my ways and stuff, but at the end of the day, I do stuff because it comes natural to me. I don't force myself to do it because I'm looking for something in return. I do it because it's just who I am. And there's somebody who said to me, Carrie, do you notice that you're always going out of your way? But I've never seen That person go out of their way for you for oh, I missed a call. Oh shit. Lord have mercy. Hold on one second. Talk amongst yourself in the chat, guys. Tracy's World. I can't look at your name without laughing because of what I saw this morning. One second, guys. I should probably do a commercial break. Hold on.
This portion of the show is brought to you by the Go Home Very Carry Foundation. For all the Black Karens that want to contribute to ticket and luggage costs, please send cash apps to $CarryRay16. We now go back to regular scheduled programming. We now Very Carry needs your help. All the dumb bitch does is speak patois. We need to help her forget all about her culture so she can speak with an American accent and fit in. Please contribute to the Learn to Speak English Foundation and get her enrolled in the Rosetta Stone courses. Classes are starting soon. She will learn grammar, accent training, vocabulary building and formation of sentences to name a few. Please help the poor dumb bitch. Help her enroll in an English class today. Cash App $CarryRay16. We now return to regular programming.
Gotta put those marshals in, darling. Okay. I got a call, so I had to come off of here real quick. I was at Miss Cruiser's comment. Where is it? Miss Cruiser said, I hope you guys can still hear me because I had to come out for a call. Okay, Miss Cruiser said, I never realized how much I was there for her, happy times and times of needs, but she was rarely there for me. I know how that feels. Okay, I do. Tracy's World says some friends are not worth it. The Miss O girl. Tracy's World was over there. I was hollering in here. Oh my god. I was like, Tracy, you're not gonna let me be vulgar out here this morning. Okay. The Miss O, it does. Not only just like your regular friendship, but also even friendships here on YouTube in this here sector. You gotta call a thing when you see it. And if you gotta move on, just move on. The Miss O says, I'm that way, and people say it's wrong to expect stuff back. It's not that. It has to be equal, but it has to be something. Give me something. It's not like you're doing stuff to get stuff. That is never ever my intentions. But then sometimes when you step back and you look at it like, but look at this. I am in my time of need right now. And as a friend, do you think you need to ask your friend to help you? If that's your friend and they know what you're going through, do you need to actually ask them? Shouldn't your friend know that you're going through something and say, "Hey, do you want me to help you with so and so, or how are you going to get so and so?" You know what I'm saying? As a friend, you would expect that from them. You know what I'm saying? It is just weird when you really sometimes as friends you got to step back and assess the friendships. You got to. I am sorry. Royal Blue says, I grew up watching my parents help others often, but it was a village. Today people are selfish and many just use you. I agree. I agree. I do. Royal Blue, do you like I gotta put my commercials in like the pasta. Okay. You got some people who want to help me go home. You got some people who want to help me speak English. I'm all about finding solutions. So, I had to do that so they could help me. I got a whole dumb bitch ad coming up soon. Okay. Okay. Hey, Joyce Goodwin. Good morning. Happy Friday to you. Oh, ooh. Oh, ooh. Ooh. Oh, what up? Ooh. This is juicy right here. I slept with that ugly motherfucker. No. Help me, Jesus. What am I reading here from Rebel Son? I hope I'm not misinterpreting that statement right there. I hope I'm not. I'm not laughing. I'm not. You didn't hear me laugh at all. Okay. I am not laughing. Give me 1 second because maybe I interpret. Misinterpreted. Hold, you know I'm a dumb bitch, right?
This portion of the live stream is brought to you by the Very Carry Dumb Bitch Foundation. Let's help her be smart. She needs all the help she can get. Please support the cause. We now return to regular scheduled programming.
Okay, I had to gather myself real quick, so yeah. Let me go. What number am I? I got composure. Composure. Number 6. If they are too negative or if they're too pessimistic, it's time to go. Your friendship ends when you got somebody who is always negative. When you're always around them and they can never have anything positive to say. They're always, if you have dreams or aspirations, if you have an idea about something, they're always down in them. They're never there to support you. If they are always pessimistic, I'm not saying that your friend can be like the person who tells you what, things, tells you stuff as they see it. But if every single time, everything you say to them, they are negative about it, is that really your friend? Is that really your friend if they're always negative? If they don't support certain things, certain, things that you want to accomplish? Is that really your friend? I'm serious. Is that really your friend? I am serious as a heart attack. If that person is always negative and pessimistic, you gotta start saying to yourself, do I need to be around this person? Reconsider that friendship. If you're around somebody who is always more pessimistic than optimistic, it could drag it will drag you down. They'll be dragging you down. And not only you, but if they're always, do you have friends who they're always complaining about stuff happening in their life? If every time you're around them, you realize there is always this negative energy that's ruminating over their past mistakes, or they're always a downer, they're always complaining about something happening in their life. Come on, are you always going to be around negativity? I'm not saying that you can be empathetic and show compassion to your friends, but if every single time you are around them, their mood, they're negative, and they're not trying at any point in time, you've seen years pass, and you don't see them making any type of effort to change that negative space they're a part of, keep it moving, okay? I had a friend, I can't, I had a friend who I was around, and every time I called her or I, drove by her house to, just say hi, or if I'm passing her way, there was never anything positive happening in her life. She'll be telling you about her loans that she took out and how much she owes, or she's always back up. Should I be saying this on here? I don't think she watches. She doesn't pay her rent on time. And I'm like, how do you face your landlord? I'm like, what are you doing with your money? What she's always in debt. I'm not, oh Lord, I should probably not say it. I'm just saying there are some times you got friends, there's always some negative energy around them. And she's a really nice woman. I'm not even gonna lie. But in her life, she continuously makes bad decisions. And even before she makes the bad decisions, I'll always like say, come on, if you do this, you know what's gonna happen. How about you try this instead? Or don't do that, because you know what's gonna happen. You're gonna suffer. Or your child will suffer as and then every time you see them, they never say, oh, this is what happened. They never have nothing positive, anything positive, sorry, to say. So I don't know. Let me go back to the chat. Royal Blue says, I used to think I could help bring them up, but they want to wallow in, oh, you always thought you could bring them up, but they want to wallow in negativity. I need to go. You need to go. Just pray for them. It's their personal problems. If you as a real friend, you would always try. You would always try to help them to be more optimistic, to see the brighter side of life. You always want to cheer your friend up or whatever. But if you're seeing years pass and they're stuck in that same ditch there, and if they're not making any type of attempt to improve the situation they're a part of, you can't keep them up. Royal Blue says it's time to leave a friendship when they are jealous of your accomplishments. Bingo! I'm telling you. Bingo. Miss Cruiser, it's 2023. This is the best thing for me to think about. It's 2023, not necessarily the new year for everyone, because for some it starts in the spring when new life starts and all of that. But you gotta at some point realize you're getting older, and if somebody is not your friend, you just gotta move on. You just gotta move on. You may have had good times before, but if it's time to go, it's their personality. You can't help them. Tracy's World says her ex-husband falls under this category of being always negative and pessimistic. Royal Blue says, but they complain that it's always someone else's fault after they oop, bingo. There you go. Hey Vashti, happy New Year's to you. This is Vashti's name is Happy New Year's. Ooh, you had to end a 10-year friendship because you cared much more about your friend and that person was an energy vampire. I get it. Happy New Year's. I get it. I get it. And you try to encourage them. Yes, you try to show them, other things they could do and stuff. But they don't seem to care. They just want to be, you know, I did drop the link, Rebel. I probably need to pin the link because I've been talking and looking at the screen or whatever and forget to drop the link. I need to pin the link, I guess. You guys can click the link because I like interacting with the chat, but also I allow people to share their experiences or say how they feel about stuff. So the link is in the chat, so we could go to that in a few minutes. Right, right. Right. You're not Oprah. Everybody has their own problems. So when you're as a friend, you're trying to help people and they don't want to help themselves. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Okay, we got Rebel in the back. Hold on real quick. Let me make sure it's Rebel.
Hey,
Okay. Hey, Rebel. Hold on. Let me
hey,
make. Let. Ooh. Ooh.
hey,
Ooh.
Carrie.
Ooh. I got it. It doesn't stop. Okay. There you go. I'm sorry. I
Hey,
clicked on the wrong thing. Good morning.
good morning. Let me tell you something. This topic is hitting so many bases, uh, and it resonates with a lot of people. I think. Can you hear me? I'm in a garage.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say that person you're talking about. A lot of us have had that experience with a similar person like that. I had a friend that would always complain. I knew when I talked to him, it was gonna be a complaining session. What was
Mm-hmm.
wrong in his life? Why
Mm-hmm.
he was an eternal victim,
Mm-hmm.
always complaining. And I had to ask him, does anything go right in your life? Is there anything that's positive? You've been at this job for 10 years complaining about the same job. You've been, you can't meet anyone. You get used. You're talking about your weight. Well, stop. I'm sorry. Stop eating this Popeye's chicken. Stop eating this Popeye's chicken every other day. And you wouldn't be 300 pounds and 5'2".
Ooh. Ooh.
So the thing is, you're sitting up here complaining and you're the architect of your own problems.
Exactly. You're the one putting yourself in that position. So if you want to do better, you got to make different decisions, make different choices. I don't like to be around people who are always negative. And if you're at a job, a lot of us are at jobs we don't like. I get it. But you should be making headways. You should be thinking about what else you could do. Doesn't mean you need to go get certified. Doesn't mean you need to go back to school. Doesn't mean you need to go fill out some application somewhere. What do you need to do to make your life better? Do you need to go start a business? What can you do? You can't just be living and complaining all the darn time. And that friend you heard me talk about, Rebel Son, I have never gone back to her house. I don't call her anymore. I don't talk to her anymore. She's still a really good person, but I cannot deal with always hearing about something bad happening in her life. I am sorry. You're
Be-
putting yourself there.
because things could be going good in your life, Carrie, and you want to talk about what's going good and your experiences, but leave it up to them. There'll be a Debbie Downer every time because you'll say something good happen, they'll say something bad happen with them.
Mm-hmm.
They'll drain your resources. You'll feel emotionally
Mm-hmm.
drained when you deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just where they choose to dwell. They choose to dwell at that place because, again, they're an eternal victim.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. And eternal victim is the right term. That's a good one to use. An eternal victim. They are like energy vampires and they could never
Yes.
ever see what they do to put themselves in the position. That's the problem. That's
And
the
what you said,
problem.
and Carrie, what you said, when you said how you would tell them, that person, well, why don't you do this? How about doing it differently? I would do the same thing because I'd be like, okay, listen, you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. Why do
You know
you
what
keep
they call
bumping
that?
your head? You're not learning from bumping your head. You shoot yourself, like my grandmother used to say. Of course, now this would be after she drank a gallon of Thunderbird. She would say, stop shooting yourself in the foot. You shoot yourself in the foot and you complain about it. But you're holding the weapon, doing it to yourself.
Exactly. I'm sorry, I was multitasking. I'm sorry, yeah. They do it to themselves and they continue to complain. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I never will. So I walk away. It just is what it is. You don't want to be around people like that. They'll drain you. They will
They
drain
will.
you.
And
I'm
the whole
sorry. I
thing,
can't do it.
and they will, because again, it's like nothing's going right in their life.
Yeah.
They're always walking with a permanent rain cloud above their heads. It's like it's just like the cartoon character from Charlie Brown, the little pig pen boy walking with the flies and dirt. That's them, but it's a rain cloud instead.
Yeah, you got to be around, you got to have your umbrella or be in your raincoats to be around them at all time. I can't do that. I cannot do it. You're not going to drain me. I am sorry. Let me do another one and let me see what your viewpoint is on this one. So, did we speak about this one already? If they downplay your accomplishments, did we? Do you have people who do that? Have you ever met people who do that to you? You be getting stuff, accomplishing things, and they're not happy for you. They act like, it's nothing. They don't, acknowledge what you had to go through to accomplish stuff. Whether it's, for example, starting a new business, deciding to go to school, you know, scoring yourself a nice guy, getting married, something. And they don't, they don't care. They act like it's nothing and you're not supposed to be happy about it. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I've dealt with someone. I was in a relationship like that before, and that's the weirdest thing, to be with someone and they have some kind of jealousy towards you, and your accomplishments almost, it's like a threat to them because I think sometimes people feel that you'll outgrow them. You'll outgrow them, so they're threatened by any accomplishments, any upward movement that you have. It's like, okay, you're gonna leave me behind, or that's not so good. Oh, so you got a promotion. Well, what about this? Or, well, is that,
What
it's like they'll
what
find
about if you
something
go
to
to
take.
school? You go to school and you get, I'm not going to say anything cuz I'm not the pastor, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're acting like just because you're educated, it's not that." And I'm like, "I didn't tell you not to go to school, bitch. You decided not to go. I'm supposed to feel
Girl,
bad because I went to school and got a few stuff done. I'm supposed to feel bad. That was your choice."
right. You dropped out in the eighth grade. That was your choice. You can't write in any type of standard English. But
Ooh!
you know, maybe
Speak.
those people are always going to need other people to carry them. And I told someone this the other day, a younger person that's a friend of the family. I told him, stop embracing this hood rat BS. Because those guys that y'all are calling squares and the nerds, those nerds one day will be signing your checks. So stop it.
Exactly. Exactly. Linda B says this list is even good for deciding how close to be with family members. Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be applied to your family members too, and friendships here on YouTube. Okay. Okay.
Because family carry a lot of times when it comes to family, we allow toxic family members to remain in our lives because we have a genetic connection with them. And
Yeah.
sometimes you have to love a person from a distance because, you know, someone like Hitler and Jeffrey Dahmer even had family. You know, so I
Yeah.
say that to say there are people that are going to take advantage of that genetic connection and treat you like crap, and you'll allow it because that's my auntie, or that's, you know, that's Uncle so and so. But Uncle so and so may be getting some free feels on you when no one's looking.
There
You
you
know,
go.
it's like stop allowing that family can be toxic just like a person on the streets.
There you go. Bingo. Josie has a question for you. Welcome to the channel, Josie. Josie says, "Do you think they know they're like that, or do they just hold on? Do you think they know they're like that, or are they just like that?" Okay, I guess this was before when you just spoke of your friend, the negative one, the pessimistic one.
I think they got so accustomed to dwelling at that place that it became the norm for them. It's like it was almost like a person that never smiles because you just this is the shoes that they like to wear those shoes, and they wouldn't I they didn't he didn't see it that he was so negative that it was pushing me away. I just stopped. I started ghosting him because I know when I talk to you, this is what the conversation is going to be all about.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. I agree 100%. 100. And some people are empaths, here goes Happy New Fears. Realized that she was an empath and she had to, like step away a little bit. Sometimes you feel bad for people, you try to help them, but then when you realize there's always going to be something next month, next week, next year, the next day, it drains your energy. That's what was happening to me and that person. You will be in the same position as that person, but they're always looking at you to help them. And I had to walk away
But
because there
Kira,
was
that
just
goes.
always something negative happening in their life. I'm sorry. But you
That
put
could be a
yourself there.
partner. That could be a partner as well. I've seen people in relationships and they've been in these relationships for years. And you look at it and you be like, wait, why are you even there? This guy talks, and this is mostly my female friends I've seen be with men that demean them, that want a woman to be basically like their mothers, which were, you know, waiting on them hands and, you know, hand and feet, but always putting them down. No one else is gonna want you. You've gained weight. Well, hell, he's bigger than you. What is he talking? You gain weight, but you know,
Where's
it's
this
like,
mute button?
but the thing is, because I'm telling you, a miserable person wants you to, they want to make you miserable. That old saying, misery loves company. Some people dwell at that place and they want company there in that hell that they've made for themselves. I wake up every day. I wake up every day getting ready and I look at the mirror and I say, look at your little fine A. And I feel good about myself and I walk through my job like my father is the president of the company.
Oh, I know that's right. And of course,
So,
you can if you want to get, if you look in the mirror and you think you need to fix something, say you're beautiful, but you're going to have to deal with, you could stand to lose a few pounds. Talk to yourself, motivate yourself too. So
But
you
we're
could
all
feel good about yourself.
imperfect. We're all imperfect, and that's what makes us individuals. I I feel that anyone walking in a room, you walk into that room and you feel like you the baddest thing in there, regardless to what anyone else says. Feel confident in yourself. And when you get with someone that's always putting you down or always draining just draining your energy, step away. Because sometimes you can't breathe with that person because they're gonna suffocate you.
I agree. We got Tracy's World who hit the panel. Hey, Tracy. And
Hey,
anybody wants to click
Hi,
the link, it's
Tracy.
okay. Good
hey, Rebel.
morning.
What Rebel is saying is exactly what I went through being married. He's drained me. He just always negative. And by being the mother, yeah, he wanted that too. And I got tired of that. I'm not your mother. I'm your wife. Why am I being treated like your mother? And yesterday he asked me. He's like, "Would you come to his room or wherever where he stays and cook him some spaghetti?" And I told him, "No, I am not your mother. Put your big boy drawers on and cook it yourself. I'm
He
your
knows that
ex-wife."
before he knew that before that you were always there helping him. Is that right, Tracy's World? So that's why he called you? Because you were always there for him?
Yeah, but I'm not anymore. You know, I'm ex. I'm ex. I'll still, like if he need to go to work, I'll take him to work and pick him up. I'm an Uber. I'm an Uber. When I'm doing that right there, I'm an Uber driver. I'm getting paid. Other than that, I'm not dealing with him like that. I'm not cooking your food for you. I'm not washing your clothes either. I'm not doing it no more. Nope.
At least you just Tracy's World. We gotta when you say stuff, we gotta. But okay, I'm gonna believe you, Tracy's World. There are times when you may have to go through stuff a couple times before you actually the light bulb goes off in your head, and says, "At this point, you're draining me, so I gotta walk away." So you may be in the situation for a while, and
Oh no.
at some point you're gonna figure it out that this is toxic for me. I am too drained. You're bringing me down, so I gotta keep moving.
That's why I stay at home
Oh no, Rebel
and
fell off. I don't know
oh
if Rebel had to go or he fell off. Thank you so much.
yeah.
I don't know if Rebel fell off or he had to go or something. But let me just say, Rebel son, thank you so much for clicking the link and being a part of the discussion. I appreciate your viewpoint. I appreciate you for coming on here, and a lot of people were in the chat agreeing with your points. So thank you so much for clicking the link. I appreciate you. Go ahead, Tracy.
I forgot what I was saying.
I'm sorry. You said you were Uber. What
Yeah,
else were
I'm
you
Uber
saying?
right now. I'm Ubering. It's not free. I was listening to Sheila True Love on YouTube. She said whatever they need. If they need a ride, charge them. If they need food, charge them. Whatever, charge they ass. You're not there anymore. You're not the wife anymore. You are the ex-wife. So I took heed to that also because I watch a lot of coaching things, coaching videos. I have a support group on Facebook that I really enjoy.
Okay.
So I understand what Rebel's saying.
Okay.
A lot of that. Yeah.
And you gotta also be careful. Even though you're getting paid for it, they'll also use it as a way to have you around them. Even if they're asking you to do stuff and they'll have to pay you and stuff because you're an ex or whatever. But
I don't
he'll
talk to
also
her.
use it to have you around him a lot more. So you gotta be careful.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. I know. I got my mates.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Hey, Maine. Thank you for coming up. Hey, Isaiah. This has been a
Yeah,
really
well,
good discussion so far because a lot of
yeah, I'm gonna
people
drop
have.
down,
Okay. I
and I
appreciate you
know.
for coming up, Tracy.
Oh, you're welcome. Bye.
Bye, Tracy. I appreciate you, and I also appreciate Rebel Stun for coming up, and
Oh,
also
you're welcome.
everybody in the chat for giving their point of view or contributing to the topic. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're
Is this
welcome.
a
Bye bye.
okay? Bye, Tracy. Here's another one. They create or attract drama. This right here, this right here, if you have a friend that is constantly in some drama, constantly in some drama, I like a good drama. I watch the beef sector and stuff, and sometimes it shows a little drama. But don't be coming here bringing drama to my front door every day. Okay. If I have a friend who is constantly having drama in their life and it's so clear that chaos follows this person, their life is just chaotic and unhealthy, girl, walk away. Okay. Walk away. If they are always chaotic, if they always tend to suck you into their tale of woes, and this is similar to what we said before, so I guess we don't have to stay too long on this one. They can't have a steady job, they are constantly complaining about how broke they are and all of that shit. This is similar to the previous one that we were discussing with Rebel. You gotta know when to go, baby. If you are always in some freaking drama, you gotta be moving from one crisis to the next, and it's always about their problems, it's always about what they're going through. I am not your unpaid therapist. I am sorry. I listen, I'll try to help, but if you're gonna continuously do this, I am sorry, you're not gonna frustrate the hell out of me. I am moving on. Okay. So if you got friends who are constantly in some kind of drama, it's probably some time for you to think about it. We're at number 9. When your friend dismisses your concerns, this is pretty similar to one of them that we did before. If you got a friend who constantly dismisses any concern that you may raise, I know no friendship is perfect. Yes, you should be able to voice your concerns if you're hurting about something, if you have a problem that you need to be addressed. If that person constantly dismisses your concerns, they don't care about you. I am sorry. I am sorry. They'll be the first person to turn their backs on you. You hear me? They will be the first person to turn their backs on you. If they don't agree with something, they should tell you. But don't just dismiss it like, have some respect for the person. Hear their views, listen to them respectfully, care about the person's perspective, care about their feelings. Have a balanced conversation with people, you know? Don't just dismiss my concerns because you're not interested. If you got somebody else you could refer me to, do that. So why don't you try so and so? This person can help you. How about you try this channel? They talk about that stuff. How about you do this? Oh, I heard so and so. Or okay, I don't know if I could deal with it, but let me go find out who I can ask something. Something. Oh my God. Mm-mm. I am sorry. It is what it is. Let me see the chat real quick. Happy New Fair. Happy New Fair says, I have a friend that is a walking Lifetime movie. And I've been avoiding her calls. And I feel bad, but I just can't take it. It's way too much. It's way too much. I get that one. Happy New Year's. And also sometimes because they know you're an empath, every single time there's a problem, they'll call you. They never try to solve their problems first. They never try to think about other things they could try first, but they want to unload their issues on you. I'm not going to lie. I was like that, Vashti, where I was always thinking about other people and, their issues that they're going through. What can I do to help them? I was always doing that. And I had to pull up, I had to get myself together and be like, you can't save the world. You can't save everyone who comes with a problem. You cannot do it. You're going to end up draining yourself at the end of the day. Help when you can, but there are going to be times you have to be strong enough to say, I'm going to let them ride this one out for themselves and, be able to find ways to solve the problem that they put themselves in, Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Ooh, yeah, man, you got a lot. Ooh, the only way to deal with narcissists is to not be around them. You hear me? Not feed into them. Mm-mm. Is that it suggests empaths choose 1 day a week or a month to make it family day and communicate. Okay. Okay. Yeah, a walking lifetime movie. Good morning, watermelon sugar. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Happy New Fair says, as an empath, I started doing staycations. I would actually book a hotel room just for myself. I would not turn on the TV. I would just read a book, look at some videos on my phone, and wind down. Yeah, that's also good for you, Vashti, to take time for yourself and stuff. The unfortunate thing is that sometimes you leave and the problems are still there, you know? When you go back. I'm sorry. Royal Blue agrees with you. Yes to the staycations. Okay, take that time for yourself. Here goes another one. When do you know it's time to end a friendship? When you don't want to hang out with that person anymore. When you don't think you need to have a one on one type of thing with them anymore. That is when you know. When you're uncomfortable, when you don't feel when like you want to be around that person anymore, you don't want to hang out with them, that is a time when you know, it's time to go. Okay, what is it that is making you not want to be around that person anymore? Hold on, got somebody in the back. Hey, TC.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, how are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You know I'm late as usual. I don't care what and what. I'm not like a very Carrie 2 hours ahead of time before the time and everything. I don't do that. You know what I mean?
We're humans. It happens sometimes. Sometimes we can be on time, sometimes we're not. It's okay.
That's right. Because nobody says, "Oh, when I stay 3 hours later, nobody's talking." Then they're like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." Oh, you understand what I'm saying? All right. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
2023 is for me. 2023 is for you and everybody else in the chat. Hello to the chat.
exactly. 2020, make 2023. You should say
It's,
2023 is for me. Okay, I
that's
get it. And
that's
that's why I've
right.
been doing these things, thinking about these things. Okay.
That's right. I've been saying that since the first. I've been on people's panels. 2023 is for me. It's for me. It's for me. Here's the thing. Number one, you're gonna see a lot of changes in these YouTube streets, but also in the world, a lot of stuff. And it's because it's been so one-sided. You've had givers, 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 giving, 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 all the time, one-sided. It can't be that
Mm-hmm.
way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So to the givers, I'm gonna tell y'all like this: if you're one of those, people that just give, 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 it ain't gonna work. You're gonna have
Mm.
to, you're gonna have to take some time. And
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's happening because the givers are getting tired of the BS. The givers are
Mm-hmm.
their eyes wide open, and they're like, you know what? I'm not making spaghetti no more. Bump that. Okay, I'm not gonna. No, no kids. You're walking to school. You're not. I'm not driving nobody. I'm gonna get my rest. I'm going to the nail salon, and I'm gonna pass by you while you
Mm-hmm.
walk. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's
Preach,
okay.
girl. Let me mute.
Oh,
Preach, girl.
okay, it's right. 2023 is for me. Here's the other thing. Let me say this for those of you and most of you in this chat. I already know it's you. Everybody comes to you all for everything. Can you fix this? Do you know how to do this? Do you know someone who can you hook me up? Do you know can you help me? And you always there. You're always accessible to someone else. You're always making them a meal. You're always taking them in. Oh, you need a place to stay? Okay, come stay with me. Okay, auntie, mama, unc, can I, borrow some money? I gotta get my car. I'm getting ready to get it repossessed. Blah blah blah. But you knew that 3 months ago or 2 months ago, because it takes 3 months. Yo, what's up? You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So let me say this. in 2023. I don't care what day you start this, but if you don't start it, but today, do this because I've been saying this since the first. 2023 is for me. Go to Psalms 23. I don't care if you're Muslim, I don't care if you're Buddha, I don't care what you are. If you ain't even whatever, go to Psalms 23. Say it every day, 7 days. After you say it in the morning, noon, night, whenever you say it, ask for what you want. Hello? Ask for what you want. Do not ask for the grandchildren so that they can, and it ain't gonna work. It ain't going up. I'm telling you. Ask for if you want a Tesla, you want a Lamborghini, if you want you to go on a cruise, just you by yourself, you and some friends, but whatever. It's about you.
I do that for
Be
myself sometimes. Just take, go
exact
out,
right.
be quiet, be
That's
in a
it.
quiet place by yourself. Enjoy your
Just
own
go
company
somewhere.
sometimes. For
Exactly.
real.
That's right. Because you're gonna have to go Psalms 23 for 7 days straight. And each time ask for something. I say 5 things. Always ask for 5 things at least. But I'm just saying, ask for as much as you want. But it's got to be about you. Because see, here's the thing: you people who have been giving, you've also been praying for everybody. And the Most High sees that, and the Most High knows that. But the Most High is about balance, and nothing
Mhm.
can work unless you are also being able to be blessed as well.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm telling
Psalms
you.
23,
So
guys. The Lord is my shepherd. I'm sorry. Keep going.
there is a shall not want. What? He maketh me to lie down. He
Mhm.
restoreth your
My
soul.
soul. Mhm.
You
Mhm.
hear how that works? Okay. Now, for those people who never cussed, y'all gonna be cussing this year. Yeah, yeah. For those of you who've been cussing, y'all not gonna be cussing. Y'all gonna it's gonna be some changes. We seen already on a microcosmic level. We seeing some stuff, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be amazing. You
I
hear
think
me?
also for this year, some people, especially in this sector, we're talking about the sector we frequent. A lot of purses are going to be closed this year. You hear me? A lot of purses
Absolutely.
are going to be closed this year because people continue to disrespect the people who support them. And some
Hmm.
people are going to wake up and they're going to say to themselves, I got family to take care of. I could stand to eat a nicer meal. At the end of the
That's
day,
right.
I'm checking my expenses and I'm contributing this to you and that to you, and I'm making your life better. So what
And
about my
right,
life? What can I use this money to contribute to for my child? For my
charity
home.
begins at home.
Good.
Charity begins at home.
Who can I go
Charity
if I
begins
see
at
people on the
home.
streets who need help? I could probably go to a dollar store, go to the Walmart, wherever you need to go to Target, wherever. I'm gonna do this one day. I'm just gonna stop and buy a few items in the store, in the
There
grocery
you
store,
go.
and I'm just gonna pass somebody who I see on the road a lot, and just give this to them. That's my contribution. Those are the
There you
people who
go.
really need help.
It
Not the
is.
ones who
And you know, and
continue
you
to say we're jealous of them. We can't be jealous of you if we're continuously helping,
jealous.
aren't we?
Right.
Oh,
Ain't nobody jealous of nobody in these YouTube streets, especially. But you absolutely right. And also, see, there you go, doing something and do it because you want to do it because God loves a cheerful giver. And I know when I went down to homecoming, I had it was an eye opener. I was very disappointed, but then I was able to get with my colleagues and we were able to have a very uncomfortable discussion. So let me tell you something about uncomfortable. It's sometimes things that are progressive are going to be uncomfortable. You're going to have to be uncomfortable to get comfortable.
to get
Like,
comfortable, right?
dig it. You know what I'm saying? Americans are spoiled brats.
Oh,
Okay? Americans are spoiled freaking brats. Everything you want to, it's got to, I'm so sensitive, and all that BS. People in this world come over here to get a livelihood. And then people want to say, oh, it's because of them. They took the jobs. The women took the jobs. The Puerto Ricans took the jobs. Jamaicans took the jobs. There's
Oh
jobs
yeah,
out
the
here.
Africans
I
took the
don't know.
job.
I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Because there's
And they
some
talk
jobs
about
they
people
are
having 5 jobs and stuff. Yeah, there are
right,
jobs out there. You
right.
just don't want to find
There are
it.
plethora. Please,
People need a whole paradigm
here,
shift for this year. They need to.
boom,
They need to think differently this
stop
year.
it. That's
Come
right.
on.
Stop it. A myriad of jobs. Okay. Don't get it mother freaking twisted. Okay. And it's some jobs that you might start. You might be at the as a lineman one day, and then if the people see you with a particular work ethic and a particular demeanor, because it's about you, then you know somebody's gonna say, let's take this person. Boom, boom, boom. Let's take this person to the next level. Boom, boom, boom. Wow, look at them. Boom, boom, boom. Carrie, I swear to goodness, I knock on wood, I knock on every, and I just say, thank God, thank God, thank God. And thank God for my ancestors who had the wherewithal, who had the good genes
Mhm.
to make me and to persevere and to keep me. Because here's what I have never had to have a like these interviews and resumes and stuff. I'll meet people. They say, I want you, TC. And then I'm like, I'm on the job the next day. I send in the resume after I had the freaking job. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
Why?
Wow.
Because your work, your character, your dignity, your integrity precedes you. Okay, and
I feel
unbeknownst,
you.
there's always people that's gonna like say some stuff about you and say, "Oh, this person, this is what they want, this is what they do this." It's no, no. My work precedes me. I take it very seriously. Why? Because my mother and my father, my grandparents did the same thing. I don't know what other people's parents and grandparents be doing or not doing, but I know that mine did it. Now I have some major shoulders to stand on, and if I don't do it, I don't get blessed. You hear me?
Exactly.
And that's some real
Exactly.
rap. So people can talk about oh whatever. No, I love my HBCUs. I love helping young people in college. And when I was down there, I just walked around and things of that nature. Got a chance to meet Just Andrea and things of that nature. Some other content creators and I mean some other people, and had an absolute ball. Some awesome
Yeah.
folks. They don't need to be etc such and so forth and
Mention.
so on. But here's the
Yeah.
thing. I went because I was in a band when I was at A&T. And you know what? When I was in the band, you know what my alumni people used to do? They used to be like, here's $100. Here. I was like, what?
Wh-
Here you
What was
go.
the reason behind? What did they say was
It
the
was no,
reason?
it was because they were supporting me, and because they know that when you're in the band, or you're in the football team, or you're at school, or when you're
They
in
know the
college,
hard work.
college students, right? College students need, a meal. They need to do their, okay, they need to do their laundry. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
They need to have a couple of extra dollars in their pocket
For
just because,
food.
in case.
Yes. Yep.
Y'all mean. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so I didn't ask. I didn't ask. I didn't. And I was always grateful to this day, Carrie.
I'm
I will
happy you
send them
mentioned that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll speak after
I
you.
will
Go ahead.
send them I will send them a card. I see my elder alum and I say thank you and I love you and I pray for them every single damn day. But these
I'm
young
happy you
people, the
said that.
5 young people that I gave $100 to, 100 each, I made because I just picked them random. I said, God, lead me to them. You know what to do. Lead me to them.
Yeah.
You understand me? I see them in their eyes when they struggling. I get it. I know the struggles.
You know it, especially if you have to
You
be on
damn right.
campus. You know the matter of fact, it doesn't even
It's
matter if you live
right.
on campus, because traveling expenses and a lot of parents struggle to send their children to college. You hear me? So
That's
people
right.
extending a hand or helping out when they can, they don't know how much it makes a big difference to these people
It's
going to
different.
college. You
There you
never
go.
know. You never
And
know.
even
They're
and
going through
even
it.
if And even if your child has a full scholarship, that's good because that's wonderful. Don't get me wrong. Full scholarship, room, board, and fees. I get it. But guess what? They need deodorant. Hello? They're
Yeah.
gonna eventually need they
They
need
need
underwear,
food. They
they
need.
need a comb, and
Yeah.
our sisters and brothers, we gotta have our hair snatched and wop the wop. And some things, what. And then they learn some things, they learn how to do their own nails or whatnot. But the bottom line is that they still need. So like I said, $100 is the least I could do to
Yeah.
help out a young person.
And you know what
And I
you went
always do
through. You
things in
know what
five.
you went through. You know what you
You
went through in
daggone
college.
right.
So you know what you do when you're helping somebody. It must make you feel good because you
It
had
does.
somebody to help you when you needed that help.
Yes.
You know, you
Yes,
didn't ask
Carrie.
for it, but from the
Right.
kindness of their heart because they understood. They understand what it's like to be in college and you need stuff. You're always going to be needing stuff, especially with the expenses, child. Listen,
Yes.
it's not
Yes.
easy. It is not. Look
Yes.
at Vashti. Vashti said she has to be working 3 jobs and she's in college right now. You see what I'm
See,
saying? And it's extremely bad.
yeah.
I get it, Vashti. A lot of people
You
don't
know,
know the people who are suffering in
they don't
silence
get it.
while they're on campus. You hear me?
Oh,
You
that's
sometimes
right.
don't have food to eat. You got this is where a lot of people come in with the ramen noodles and stuff. You never know what you're doing when you help somebody, help a student out with a $50 here, 100, a 10. You never
Right.
know what you help them
And
to do. You help them
and
to go
because
do
I
their
did it,
laundry that day. You
there
never
you
know.
go. There you go,
I'm
because
telling you.
I did it the same thing. My one of my best friends from school. We were in school together back in the day. She did what she did. Just Andrea. She was in the giving mode. We were. Listen, it is what it is. Bottom line, because I don't like even talking about that part. But when I take my HBCUs and people who ask me for help, and if even if it's not HBCUs, because I've graduated a little bit, whatever school, whatever they're doing, as long as they're trying, these young people are trying, I'm here to try to help. That is it. That is all. No fool la la, no
And you're
none of that
not looking
bullshit.
for anything in return.
I
Put that
know.
part
I don't
in.
want nothing. Don't give me a dime. Don't I don't, pray for me as long as you know how to pray and shit. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, leave it alone. Because if you don't
Some
know,
people don't need to pray for you. Trust and
no,
believe me.
no,
Okay.
no. Some
But
people
but
don't
you
need
give
to.
from the kindness of your heart. That's the most
Exactly.
important
And
thing.
that's all. And anybody who thinks anything else, question them. Don't question TC HBCU Queen. But the bottom line is, it is, we're here. And I'm just saying, for those people who are the givers, y'all, all of y'all, and it's all of y'all in here. I love my friends. I love those people who I consider friends. They take me to the task. They take me to the task. They take me and they make sure, look, what you doing, what, what. But I can always go to them. A real friend, I could go to them with my issues and problems. As strong as people think I am, I was telling somebody, even the strong people need somebody to go to.
Because they're always too strong. And people think you should, oh, those are the friends you should check on. The ones who are always strong. The ones who never
Strong.
ask you
Right,
for help. The one who's
right,
always seeming to make a way for themselves. They're the ones you
right,
need to check on because they're always strong for you. They're always strong for themselves. You need to check on those people too.
right,
Sometimes
right.
they
And
need
I'm
help, and because of how they are or who they are, they don't ask for it because they're so
right,
accustomed to battling stuff out. When stuff come their way, they can try to deal with it and stuff, or they just don't like asking for stuff. Be there for
right.
somebody if you claim they are your friends. You see what I'm saying?
There you
Hey,
go.
Miss
And
Cruiser.
that's right.
Good morning.
And I
Happy
and that's
Friday.
what. Hey,
Happy Friday,
happy.
everybody in the chat.
Hey, Miss
Happy
Cruiser.
Friday.
So this topic has done a few things. I'm gonna say three, but I'm gonna say a few things. Number one, it's gonna make me. I'm probably gonna watch the live over again because it's gonna make me look at myself to make sure that I'm being a good friend to the people that I consider friends to. That I'm not the one that's you know making it about me or talking too much about me and stuff. I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna make sure I'm not that friend. In particular to one friend that I have leaned on for quite a few years. I don't want to be that friend. Number two, is made me move some people from friend category to acquaintance category. Realizing that ain't no friend. That's number. And number three is confirmation to some things. my theme this year is including me in 2023. And what that involves is I told my grown children, y'all gonna hear no from mama a whole lot more than y'all heard in the past years since the pandemic. I've given them a lot of excuses and passes during the pandemic because I felt bad that during their college years and years of growth that they had to deal with this pandemic when during mine I was free, in a sense. But and kind of stop putting myself off for them. Um, but it's going to be the same thing for friends. I told you guys in the chat before, in this very chat, that there was a friend that I did walk away from last year, a friendship of 22 years, because I realized that I was a friend to her, but she was, whether it was good times or bad times, she was never here for me. I was always traveling there for her. And then one of the things you said when you got to number 5 is that they don't even notice that you're going through. It was one thing in particular. I had for my uh, went there for my birthday. And when I got back home and we talked on the phone, she told me she saw that I was different. She saw that I was had a little bit of anxiety. She saw that I seemed preoccupied and bothered. But you're my friend and you saw that I was feeling that way. And instead of thinking that maybe something was going on in my life, then you're going to say that you're going to act like it was, about you, you know? And so, that and other things caused me to know I needed to walk away from her. But that's difficult for me. Like, it's really difficult for me. And then I go through all of this guilt because when I walk away from you, I'm happy. And then I feel guilty because,
I don't
I'm
feel
good now.
guilty. Because if they didn't see stuff coming, if they didn't care enough to check on you or to see if everything was okay, if they noticed something was wrong with you or something was different with you, they didn't address it or try to figure out what, as a friend, try to talk to you to see if everything was okay or what could be done to, make you feel better or change the relationship. They didn't care. They don't care. What are you going to feel guilty about? It's sad that you have to step away, but at the same time, if it's going to help you to feel, a little bit lighter, like, less anxiety, less stress, walk away. It may
Yeah.
hurt you to know that you were friends with them for a long time, but if they're not there for you, what is the purpose? When are they going to be there for you? When?
Yeah, and not that you're friends with people so they can do things for you, but it's got to be a balance. It's got to be give and take. So, you know, even though I'm going to check my friendship list, I am going to also going to check myself. Because a lot of times we can look at other people and say all the things that they've done wrong, but it's like, let me make sure I'm being a good friend. Let me make sure that I'm genuinely, sincerely a good friend to those who I consider my friend and I care about, if that makes sense. But that's all I came
Mm-hmm.
to say. It was a good topic. I'm gonna rewatch it.
Miss
Very
Cruiser,
good
I
topic.
just want to say, I do want to say this to you, Miss Cruiser. Number one, thank you so much for being one of A&T's biggest fans, greatest supporters, greatest
Aggie
collaborators.
Pride. I was gonna say
There
that.
you go.
I was all
And
in Tennessee.
promoter
I was all in
and
Tennessee
your
hollering
mom.
Aggie Pride. You think I ain't wear my shirt?
I
I
know
wore
that's
my
right.
Aggie Pride shirt
I
all up
know
in
that's
Memphis. I let them
right.
know.
And and to all the mothers and fathers who support their children, whether they go to HBCUs or any other schools, because one of the things that I've noticed is that people will make sure that they go to the prisons, they meet their sons, but they don't go to the colleges and be
Yeah,
there for them for homecoming and university day, and just to send a package and just to say, I miss you. I love you. You good? You okay?
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
And I heard you
You
say that
understand?
this year was a disappointment for you. My mom said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
She,
Yeah.
that we
Well,
gotta pull the support back up. My
there
family's
you
a
go.
huge supporter. Well, you know that my family's a huge supporter
Oh,
of
yes.
A and
Oh, yeah.
T. And my mom was
Absolutely.
fussing and saying that we got to pull this, not just our family, but the alumni. And I'm not alumni. It's just my kids went there and my mom went
Right.
there. But but she said we got to pull it up. And not only, and she said, and now it's time for us to extend it back out. But A and T is home. But you know what I mean.
That's right.
But I'm gonna go
That's
back in the
right.
chat. I'm gonna go back in the chat because
I
I'm at
Well,
work.
appreciate you for coming up, Miss Cruiser. I know you're at
Yes.
work listening in. Thank you so much. I appreciate the input. I always like having people give their viewpoints on topics that I discuss. It's
Right.
easy for
Right.
people to just hear you alone talking. I want to hear other perspectives. And I think this is a conversation that needed to be had. We needed to
Hmm.
have this conversation. It's a new calendar year, let me say it that way, if that's the right terminology to use, because it's not the new year for everyone. But at the same time, we gotta think about what we're taking with us into the new year. Is there
Yes.
something, or are there people who you need to drop off for this new year?
Yes.
Do you need to do some introspect? Do you need to, check yourself out to see what you may have
Yes.
been doing wrong? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's that time for a little
Absolutely.
bit of reflection. I'm sorry, we need to. We
It's a
need to.
beautiful time to reflect, especially since, I guess for the most part, some people are, the weather is, cold, so we're hibernating a little bit. So you have time to, kind of go in a little bit, and you have time to reflect, do some things on your own, blah, blah, blah. Again, I just want to say to all the mothers and fathers who support their children and the grandparents who support their grandbabies, I love you down, and I thank you for that extended village, that family, that village that we always talk about. It is still there. It is still very prevalent. We need more of it. You see, I do want to say this, that I too am I'm working on myself. I thank God for the wonderful relationships that I've had and those that I've had and don't have anymore. We've
Ooh,
grown. We've
speak.
grown. Yeah, it's all good,
And don't have, because you learn
and
from it,
don't
right?
have.
Yep.
Absolutely. And God is good because the people leaving that behind and the people that God put in front of me. Because God was like, are you okay? Oops. Okay. And are
I
you
got that
okay?
one.
Yeah. And it's like, I must not have been okay. Okay. Well, guess what? All right. You'll be all right because you just have to go through, because God knows me, knows his baby. All right, all right. Now, man, I have some awesome, awesome relationships with great, great people who, when I need something, they're there. When
Yeah.
I need to be checked, they check me. Okay. And
Yeah.
I appreciate them for that. And they know who they are. They
Yeah.
know who they are.
That's a good
And
friend. That's a
that's
good friend
you
who could check
daggone
you,
right. I love
tell
them
you when
down.
you erred. Yeah.
What? What?
You
I
don't want
mean,
to
it's
have friends who are
uncomfortable.
sucking up your ass and are afraid. You
Dig
don't
it.
want yes friends. You want people who could tell you what you're doing wrong. Check you if you need to
Right.
be checked.
Right.
Tell you what they call. Oh, listen, I've noticed you've started doing this. Why are you doing this?
Mm.
Point stuff
Mm-hmm.
out that they see. If they see you're
Mm-hmm.
going down the wrong path and you're so stubborn that you're not seeing it. You're not seeing it.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
supposed to point it out. Point that shit out to you because that's your friend. Yes,
Woo.
you may be angry. Yes, you may have to have choice words with each other because there's a disagreement. Go through it. Have that discussion. Let that storm
Right.
ride, and then because you have to do that to then get to a balanced place. I'm sorry.
That's it.
Have those
That's it. And
discussions.
here's the other thing though, Carrie. It has to be done in decency and in order and with class. See, I don't know anything else but class. Okay. So I'm gonna be very unapologetic about where I come from. But where I come from, all that fighting, fussing, cussing, and all that whatnot. If it happened, I it didn't happen in front of me because I was a child. I was to stay in a child's place. Adults did adult stuff around other adults. I wasn't around adult people. You understand what I'm saying? So it has to be done in decency and in order, and it has to be done with class. When my friends check me, you don't hear it on these YouTube streets, do you? No, that's for us.
That means they were never your
That's
friend.
for
If they
us.
gotta come and be scandalous on here,
If you
and
got to go to
checking you
YouTube,
online and
dig it. Now, if you got to
that
do
was never
that,
your friend. Mm-mm.
never. God bless America and let freedom reign. Because let me tell you, statutes of limitation are still up. Just so you know. Just
Ooh,
so you just know. Oh, just know the law. I hope people understand that. Folk don't ever forget. I may forgive,
Okay.
but I don't forget.
I never
So
forget.
no, no, boo boo, no, boo boo, don't think you out of the water.
Ooh,
Don't.
ooh, ooh.
Don't take my act of kindness and diplomacy for my
For
people and the love
weakness.
for wanting to educate and empower my sisters for a funky fool la la fool. Cause ain't no fool born January 13th. Ain't none.
Mama didn't raise no fool, girl.
What? Triz
People take
us
people's kindness for
with the misery.
weakness.
Don't do
But
it.
you know what?
Don't do that. Please don't do that. Making a list, checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty and nice. It wasn't Santa. Triz us with the mizzas. Capricorns that are out there, my cappies that are out there. All of us understand. All of us know what time it is and what we need to do. Cause we the alphas and the omegas, and we getting ready to rewrite the narrative. We getting ready to rewrite the script for all y'all. Cause y'all all everybody out of order. Who's ever out of order, we gonna remind you. And also, just so you know, I've self-identified myself as Caucasian. I am a white lady now,
Oh,
okay?
oh.
Now, here's the reason why. And I'm only saying this for those of you who know me. Y'all know I'm being facetious and crazy because I like a little comedy and humor. But I am thinking about it. If a person who can get 1%, one drop of black blood and be black, well, we all mixed, aren't we? So if I have like 33% Caucasian blood in me, shouldn't I
You're
be
white.
Caucasian?
Okay.
I'm white. There it is, baby. Thank you, Carrie. I see the amen, amen, and amen again. You see how Carrie did that? You see y'all? You see how that works? You see, and cause see, here's the thing. Can nobody see they wrote a narrative, right? And this is what y'all gotta learn how to do. When folks be coming up with their full on narratives, rewrite it and make it fit and benefit you. You see what I'm saying? Make
Royal
it
Blue says
benefit
you gotta
you.
use your white privilege, honey.
Honey, that's right, Lou. That's right, boo. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. What they gonna say that I'm not white? How can you prove it? Huh? Huh? I have light skinned black people in my family. Black. They black. They got two black parents. They light skin. But when they get around white folk think they white. So
Oh,
I'll be like, you white then. What we gonna do? Just act like you white. I'm
yep.
your I'm your maid. I don't give a
And reap
daggone.
the rewards. Reap the
Right.
rewards. Use that privilege, girl. If you're white, use
Exactly,
that
honey.
privilege.
If that's
Trust and
what you want
believe.
to come up with this fool la la, one blood, one drop, and all that bull crap boost, then we gotta use it, turn it around, and use it to benefit our own selves and things of that nature. And I'm gonna say in closing, I like to have a little humor, but don't get it twisted. And I'm not out here. I'm not gonna be cussing and fussing with folk and things of that nature, because that's not my stilo. But also know that when stuff start happening to you, think about it. Stuff, just be mindful. Be
Oh,
mindful. You
oh,
can't do stuff to God's children
oh.
and think you just gonna get away with stuff.
Amen.
Right.
Amen. Karma comes
All
in
right.
different forms.
Oh,
Okay.
what?
And everybody doesn't have
Karma.
to be on the front line when you're getting
Mm-mm.
stuff done. Just remember
No.
that part too.
But Carrie, thank you for your platform. You've always been awesome. Anytime I've had like those people that clone me and you're like, that's not TC. That's not TC. You have always been absolutely amazing because you pay attention. You pay attention
Yeah.
to what I say and you know it's not me. That's the other thing. Pay attention to what your friends say and how they act and how they roll. Because some things aren't, it's not what they do. So when somebody says something about what your friend said, don't believe them all the time. Chill the freak
Question
out,
it.
question it, chill out,
Yep.
fall back. It's
Oh
okay
yeah.
to fall back. Defense doesn't win the football game. If you ever watch football, right? Offense. So
That's a
2023 is for
word.
me. Right.
That's a word,
Offense.
girl.
Offense wins the game. You ain't got to defend yourself when your works, your character, and your integrity precede you. I don't have to defend myself from anybody in these YouTube streets or anywhere else.
Especially in this
Okay.
sector. Shit. Mm-mm.
It's now none of these folk and because I know the work that I put in and the work that I do, and I know my fool a lot stuff. Yeah, I'm late. Okay, whatever. So whatever, because I'm off today. Whatever. But the bottom line is, don't worry. I don't have to. I don't have to prove myself to anybody. But just be mindful. Just be mindful when folks say somebody says something. Shh, 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 cut it, shut it, and watch. Chill out. Chill out for a minute. Defense never wins the game, only offense. Black people live lives on defense, offense, instead of offense, defense. We don't make the laws, we don't make the rules, we don't write the narratives because to, to the victor comes the spoil. Be the victor and be victorious.
Look at Foot
Stop
Soldier.
listening to
I'm
stop
sorry, go
listening
ahead.
to what's up, foot soldier? That's foot
Foot
soldiers.
Soldier
All of
says you
that.
better work on being on time, girl.
Wait a minute, foot soldier. That's my boo, foot soldier. I'm off today. Okay. Okay, I'm supposed to be in a meeting now. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. They already know when, but here's the thing: when I come with it. If I'm there for 3 minutes, we're gonna get a whole hour's worth of work done, cause that's how I roll. You see. But thank you for soldier. I do need to get to this meeting. But anyway, I thank you. These
I
are these
thank you.
about
As per
trees.
usual, I'm always I always welcome you on the channel because I like to have your input. I like when you come up and you're always preach a word to these people on here. Always look in the chat when you're talking. TC, trust and believe. People always get something from what you say. I appreciate when you click the link,
Oh
Miss
wow.
Cruiser, people who
Thank
contribute to the
you.
discussions we have on here, and that is the direction I like my channel going. Having discussions about things that really matter. You know,
Yes.
not just arguing with people
Thank
all
you.
day and stuff. I don't always have time for that. So I appreciate when you click the
Yes.
links and when you're a part of discussions and so on. I really do.
Because I want to bring a pot. This is your business. This is your channel, and this is your business. And I respect your business. So I'm not gonna bring some fool a la nonsense to your business. Because you're a sister, and we need these channels to be open so that we can have real time when things are happening, and we need to make sure that we funnel information to each other so that we can help when something is going on in Texas, when something's going on in California, when something's going on in DC, Washington, Philadelphia, when something's going on in Arizona, that we can have real time, and we have people that are going to funnel real information. So I will never come and sabotage your business for some foolala nonsense. Something
That
I
can't help
thought
you.
somebody said. Right, can't help these people that make up stuff in their head because their head ain't right. Stuff people would love. Probably they thinking about it they doggone self. So I would never do that because I was raised better than that.
Yeah,
And I
raised right.
represent my family, and I represent my friends, and I represent certain people and establishments and organizations. No way, no how will anybody ever be able to say that I said anything out of the order. Never. I'm always going to say thank you. I appreciate it. Now let's think about how we can better all of us. Like Miss Cruiser said, me myself, I'm going to speech therapy. I'm going to get a speech therapist, and I'm working on some certain things, etc., so forth and so on. Glam squad, the whole 9 yards, exactly. A lesbian, masculine centered, but I love and I appreciate my feminine divinity. You understand me? okay, with a masculine edge, because I ain't wearing stiletto heels or nothing like that. So that's out. I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm not doing that. But thank you, Carrie.
You're so
Thank you to the
welcome.
mothers. Thank you to all the mothers that are out there. All the mothers. Thank you so much for raising your children and giving birth and raising children and
And
all
those
that good stuff.
grandparents who were, you spoke
That's
about a
right.
village earlier on, and
That's
I'm happy
right.
for my grandparents and what they helped me with, growing up.
That's right.
The things
And
they've taught
aunties and
me.
uncles, y'all all know who you are. And the neighbors, that old lady that sit across the street who's nosy as I don't know what. But guess what? She need to be nosy because she need to watch you when you going out with them little girls and little boys and things. And we can't have all that. You know what I mean? We
Yeah,
can't do all that. That's right.
people gotta
We're
look
gonna
out
have
for
those.
each other.
That's right. We gotta look out for each other. So anyway, thank you so much. Today is
Okay.
Friday. Thank God it's Friday, everybody. It's love, love,
Lord, look
love.
at Joe. Joe, we're not sexist. Come on. It's okay. It's okay, Joe. It's
Oh,
okay.
okay, Joe. To the dads that are out there that put their children on game, that support and make sure that they work hard so that they can be those role models, protect the family. You daggone right. Cause my daddy was I'm definitely a father, daddy's girl. You understand me? I hung out with my father when he went to 3 and 4 jobs. You understand me? Oh, yes, indeedy. Okay? So yes. Yeah, and he said, "Don't you ever, when there's men around, don't you ever open the door. I don't give a daggone
Okay.
what your orientation is. Don't you ever, you let them open the door for you. You daggone right.
It speaks volumes when they don't
You
care.
daggone
It
right.
speaks
Because
volumes,
the
girl.
respect comes. That's right. Looking like anyway. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. I know you're playing around, Foot Soldier. Thank you for coming up, TC. I appreciate that.
Okay. All right, y'all.
TOYBs
Have a
with
great day.
TC. Enjoy the rest of your day. I appreciate your contribution to the topic. Hey, Jill. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's come up on the platform this morning to be a part of the discussion. I appreciate you guys. You have been doing awesome. I appreciate everyone in the chat who has been also contributing. I appreciate you all. Everybody's viewpoints, people took note of them. They agree with you. We got thank you, Rebels. Well, I'm not done. When I'm finished doing the others, I'll say thanks to everybody else. But we're gonna continue. I think I have like two or three more. When do you know it's time to leave a friendship? And this is the last one we were talking about. When you don't want to hang around that person anymore, it means it's time to go. When your tolerance level for that person, you just when you realize that you cannot tolerate being around that person anymore, it's time to go, right? It's time to distance yourself. If you see that you no longer have fun, you can't have the same type of relationship you had, you're not comfortable being around that person, to go out with that person anymore, you don't want to be around them anymore, it's time for you to move on. It's no longer fun when it's just the two of you in a room. It's time to move on. Okay, so we don't got to stay anymore. This one is pretty self explanatory right there. When you realize you don't want to be around that person anymore, maybe you used to have fun, going out or doing stuff with that person, and you realize that, I'm not comfortable anymore. I don't want to go out with this person. Matter of fact, if you also notice you're not going out with that person, you used to do stuff together and you're not doing it anymore, that's when you know. I mean, you're going to have friends who sometimes, because of, where they're at, the point that they are at in their life, whether it's their family life, work, marriage, whatever it is, it may cause you to distance, to not be able to hang out as much. But if you realize that they don't, when you do hang out or are around that person, you don't feel comfortable anymore, it's time to just, see it for what it really is. Here's another thing. If you have a friend who is possessive, if you have a friend who is possessive, who thinks they own you, you can't talk to other people. If you have a possessive friend, come on, somebody. If you got a friend who is too possessive, it is time to move on. Okay. If you have someone who doesn't like when you talk to other people, they get upset with you if they see you talking to other people. They get upset with you if you don't tell them where you are, what you're doing. You know, give them all. You gotta be reporting to them about what you're doing and all of that shit. If you got a friend who gets jealous of you spending time with other people, listen, it's time to go. If you got a friend who demands your attention 24 hours of the, well, not 24, you know what I mean. If they're always demanding your attention, if they always need you to be around them, it can become exhausting for you. If they're continuously asking you to reassure them, they're always looking, seeking some validation, seeking some reassurance from you, and they're too clingy, they don't give you space to, let us say you have a boyfriend or something, and they feel some type of way because you're spending time with your significant other or whatever. Something is wrong. If you got a friend who makes you feel smothered, girl, it may be time to start walking away. Okay. So if you got like an extra possessive type of friendship, you gotta go. Okay, Jill. Have a good day at work. Hey, Connie girl. Hey, feminine divinity. Hey, Tiona. Hey, everybody who's coming in. If I missed your name, it's not because I intentionally did so, because I look away from the chat sometimes. So I appreciate you all for being a part of my live this morning. When do you know it's time to end a friendship? And this could be your personal friendship, in reality, or it could be even here on YouTube. You gotta know when to move on. You have to know when to move on. It's a new year, new things. Make this year be about you and what you want. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a friend who is like really possessive, you got to think twice about being around with that person, because you don't want that person to drain your energy. You don't want that person to stop you from having relationships with other people. You know? You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want to feel smothered. Come on. When you got to be around people like that, gotta be careful. You have got to be careful. Okay. So that's another one that you would want to make sure you stay away from. Or if you think you need to talk to that person about it, thank you for dropping down. I appreciate it, Tiona. You can feel welcome to drop down whenever you want to. The chat is open to anyone, and I really mean that when I say it. It's just all about us respecting each other. That's just my main thing. So anyone from wherever, I don't care. It's YouTube. It's an open space, and I can't control who goes where or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So I appreciate you. I don't stalk my chat. I just appreciate people contributing to the discussions that I have. So it's okay. So if you got a friend who smothers you, you don't feel like you have enough space to be yourself. They got to know where you are every minute of the day. They got to be around you wherever you go. You can't turn without feeling that person. It's time to go. Okay. You don't want to have a possessive friend. Okay. Another one, and this may be similar to number 10, I'm thinking. You don't want to hang out. Let me see. So number 12 says, you haven't laughed together in a long time. Like I said before, sometimes people's schedules change, people's family life may affect, a friendship and stuff. But if you realize you got a friend and you can't laugh and have fun with that person anymore, you can't remember the last time you had like a really good hefty laugh with that person, you realize you don't have fun anymore with that person, it means you have grown apart. Okay. If you were able to like have fun, laugh, find that person knew you so well, if a situation was happening, right in front of you, you two could like exchange glance looks at each other and bust out laughing. You know what I mean? If your friendship is not bringing any joy to your life, walk away. If your sense of humor doesn't match them anymore, walk away. If you have not had fun with that person in a long time, walk away. It may be time to give up on that relationship. I'm not saying that you can't talk to the person about the situation, but if you notice there's a strain in that relationship and you're not happy around that person anymore, it may be time to walk away. I am sorry. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Come through. Mm-mm. If that person doesn't bring joy to your life anymore and they're being fake, and when they do laugh with you, you know it's not genuine, you know it's forced, come through. Come through, packing my bags and going. Okay. Mm-mm. Sometimes you just gotta the same way you found that person and you became friends with them is the same way you can find other friends, and they'll come. Sometimes God removes people out of your life. Let me say, sometimes your creator removes people. Oh Lord, I'm getting a phone call. Removes people out of your life for a reason. Hold on real quick, guys.
Very Carrie needs your help. All the dumb bitch does is speak patois. We need to help her forget all about her culture so she can speak with an American accent and fit in. Please contribute to the Learn to Speak English Foundation and get her enrolled in the Rosetta Stone courses. Classes are starting soon. She will learn grammar, accent training, vocabulary building and formation of sentences to name a few. Please help the poor dumb bitch. Help her enroll in an English class today. Cash App $. This portion of the show is brought to you by the Go Home Very Carry Foundation. For all the black Karens that want to contribute to ticket and luggage costs, please send cash apps to $CarryRay16. We now go back to regular scheduled programming. We now
This portion of the live stream is brought to you by the Very Carry Dumb Bitch Foundation. Let's help her be smart. She needs all the help she can get. Please support the cause. We now return to regular scheduled programming.
The calls come in when you least expect it. I'm sorry about that, guys. That was a phone call that I really had to take. I think we're winding down. Um, when you've lost all respect for your friend, I gotta put my commercials in. Happy New Fears. You know it. You know it. You know it. You know I can't speak English, right? You know I need classes, so I'm all about solutions. So those people who have a problem with my accent and stuff, you don't want your ears bleeding anymore, just contribute to the that foundation, so I could do, whether it's Babbel, Rosetta Stone, Coursera, whatever it is. Oh, you like the Rosetta Stone one? Let me find it for you real quick, Miss Cruiser.
Very Carrie needs your help. All the dumb bitch does is speak patois. We need to help her forget all about her culture so she can speak with an American accent and fit in. Please contribute to the Learn to Speak English Foundation and get her enrolled in the Rosetta Stone courses. Classes are starting soon. She will learn grammar, accent training, vocabulary building and formation of sentences to name a few. Please help the poor dumb bitch. Help her enroll in an English class today. Cash App $Carrie Ray 16. We now return to regular programming.
Okay. For the people who know, you know why I have these ads. It's funny to me. It's just all in fun. But I'm trying to help people find solutions to the problems they have with me. So I'm all about helping each people out. Okay. Like I was saying, guys, if you've lost respect for your friend, you know it's time to go. If you find that it is difficult for you to respect somebody, you don't want to be around them because it is gonna probably cause issues between yourself and that friend, you know. If it is, for example, we were talking about the poor choices that people tend to make, that affects their life and they're always in a negative space. If you have started to question some people's judgment, or you continuously see that these people make really poor choices and continuously hurt themselves, put themselves in harm's way, don't want to advance themselves, it can be in any way. I don't know. If they are continuously doing certain things or have been a bad influence for you, right? If you find that you're losing respect for that person and they appear to be a toxic person, it's time for you to start thinking of, moving away from that person. You know, if you want to have like minimal drama in your life, it's time to move away from that person. They could be really good people apart from the crazy stuff that they do, but you got to think about yourself. You really have to think about yourself in this situation so you don't have to keep bringing yourself down for that person, you know? And just so you don't have to end up, having a war of words or whatever. So if you are in a position where you don't have the same level of respect you had for that person in the beginning, it may be time for you to step away. You know what I'm saying? It just may be. You want a royal blue? You could make them. Royal blue. Quite a number of people, they say, "Oh, speak English, bitch," or they say, "Oh, you all she does is speak pato with her pato speaking ass," and I'm like, "Oh my god, I want to help you out, so or you could help me out so I could speak English, so do what you can for Carrie. There's a foundation out there for you." It's all in fun. I don't care. I'm not allowing anybody to steal my joy on here, especially not the likes of some of these dumb bitches on here. You can't steal my joy. I have to give you permission, and the access is not granted. I am sorry. There's nothing you could do. I'm sorry. I got self-esteem. I got self-respect. I got self-awareness on my side. I'm cool. I am good, baby. Okay. I think that was the last one. If you lose respect for that friend you once had that level of respect for them and you don't got it anymore, it just is what it is. It's time to go. And I want to encourage you guys, if you have friends who are toxic or who does not care about you, think about yourself for once. It's a new year. Make it a new you. You see what I'm saying? Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Vash. I do. I appreciate it. It is my year, don't it? Yeah, girl. Ah. Yeah, Royal Blue. Once you lose respect for the person, you gotta step away. Some things that people do, you know, it, it if you're going to lose respect for the person, it's time to go. So we've looked at 13. There are quite a number of things that you could actually go through. There are so many other things that you could talk about. You know, your friend maybe allow other people to treat you badly. They may, if you have other people warning you about that person, if your friend is abusive, you know, You don't like who you are when you're around them. It's just a lot of stuff. If you have to be finding excuses to avoid the person, there's so many things. I just chose 13 this morning. Okay. So those are some of the things I wanted to discuss. So here are the 13 quickly in a nutshell. If you've lost respect for your friend, it's time to go. If you haven't laughed together in a long time, it's time to go. If your friend is possessive, it's time to go. If you don't want to hang out one on one with that person anymore, it's time to go. When they dismiss your concerns, it's time to go. They create or attract drama all the time. You got some, listen. You got some people on here, especially in this sector. Every time you see them, every time it's guaranteed. They are so toxic. They are like magnets for toxicity. They are magnets for drama. There is always a problem. If you try to solve that problem, they're going to find another one for you. Step away from those people. Okay. You said it's time to leave the beef sector. Probably is, right? It also applies to family too, right? Royal Blue, we gotta be careful of who we call friends. You hear me? If they downplay your accomplishments, time to step away. If they are too negative or pessimistic, it's time to step away. When you realize that you are treating that person a lot better than you treat your own self, or how you treat them good and they never return the favor, it's time to go. Okay. I saw you wrote something earlier on in the chat about when you broke some, was it something about your shoulder or something, and that's when you realized that person was never your friend. I've had a similar situation. I have. Okay. And it's other people who had to help me. I broke my toe before. You for those who follow me, you knew it. I couldn't drive. I couldn't do quite a number of things. And it is other people who helped me during that time, not my friend. It is other people who were worried about me and how are you going to get food from the supermarket, from the grocery store, all of that stuff. When they betray your trust, it's time to go. When you barely have anything to talk about, it's time to go. If those conversations are feeling forced, if they're feeling awkward, it's time to go. If they don't value your time or your efforts, it's time to go. If they aren't there for you when you need them, it's time to go. Figure out what your signs are, and when it's time for you to go from a friendship, it's okay. You can always find friends again. You understand me? It may be hard on you for a little bit, but it's okay. It is okay. You understand me? It is okay. You will get over it. Okay. Always remember, be prepared for the fallouts. Focus on making new friends or focus on having time for yourself. You know what I'm saying? If it is that you want to get step away from people, just gradually reduce the amount of time you spend around them. If you need to have that conversation with them to say, okay, this is, have that breakup conversation if you need to. If you need to send it in a text, well, that won't be a good thing. Email, nah. Call them and let them know. Have that conversation. It may be a hard one, but at least you'll be able to tell how you're feeling or stuff. For some people, it's okay for them to just walk away because they don't like confrontation or stuff. But some people would much prefer to let the person know how they feel before moving away. Okay. Some people, it's okay for you to just do it abruptly without any kind of explanation and stuff, especially if they're abusive people or they drain your energy. Okay? If you want to combine those approaches, that's fine, but it is what it is. Do what is good for you this year. It's a whole new year. It's a whole new year. Happy New Fear says, if you don't feed me, finance me, or F me, you better be a loving family member or a close friend in my circle. If not, get away from me. Or I will. Ooh, life is too short. I agree with you. All right, I think that's about it. If there's anybody who else wanted to click the link before I go, that's fine. I'll drop the link one more time. You can tell what you think. You can also tell me if I you wanted to add something to the list of things. So that's okay. Thank you, Royal Blue. I appreciate you for passing through. And for those who have not yet subscribed, you can do that or think about subscribing. You can check me out a few other times to figure out whether or not you want to subscribe or at least click on the like button. I appreciate you all. I appreciate the contributions of the chat. I appreciate everyone who clicks the link. Do you think that I left anything out? You can click the link and let me know, or you could type it in the chat and let me know. Or after the live has ended, you could go ahead and type in the community not the community, in the comment section to let me know how you feel. Okay. So we'll be doing our conversations like this from time to time because it's what I do. It's my method. It's how I want to run my channel to have discussions and so on. Hold on. Let me put my banner, my overlay up, even though I know it's her, but I gotta still be careful because I don't want to be busting people's head with my coconut. Come through, TC.
Hey, hey, it is me,
Okay.
TC,
Okay.
in 2023. Yeah.
Okay.
So, listen, I just wanted to say, I have to say this. Kudos and thumbs up to Norfolk State University. Norfolk State University did a yeoman's job when they marched through Disneyland in California, and they were also invited to the Rose Bowl parade. They marched through the Rose Bowl parade halftime, the whole 9 yards. They represented HBCU bands at the highest. I mean, I was in the band, and I will say that this is probably the best performance I have ever seen in my years. I was amazed. I cried, and I'm happy for them. Norfolk State University in Virginia, I want to say thank you for the work that those young people put in to represent HBCUs, because HBCUs took a major hit last year for a variety of reasons because we got work to do too. But however, those young people stood fast and steady. That's when I say, that's when you look at those young people, and if you see somebody needs, go ahead, help them out. They don't need a handout; they just need a hand up sometimes.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that. And next year, A&T is supposed to be going. So we have a blueprint of what almost perfection, 99% is supposed to be. Perfection is reserved for God. But I tell you what, they did an awesome job. So Norfolk State University, kudos to you, Jay Wilson. You're an alum, and anybody else who's an alum, your family, friends, whoever else. Kudos to Norfolk State University. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, TC. I appreciate you for coming up. I appreciate you, TC. I want to thank everyone who clicked the link this morning. I want to thank Rebel Sun for coming up. He was the first to click the link. I want to thank Tracy's World for coming up, Miss Cruiser, as well as TC for coming up. I hope I didn't miss a name. If I did, please let me know. I'm getting older. Okay. So it was Rebel Sun, Tracy's World, Miss Cruiser, as well as TC. As per usual, I really enjoy the contribution to the discussions we have on here. So thank you so much for clicking the link and being on the panel, and of course to the chat. Thank you so much as always for interacting. I like it. Thank you. I appreciate hearing, different opinions. Do we need a paradigm shift here? Do we need to think about how we have been to our friends, how we treat our friends? Are you one of the persons who need to think a little bit more about your friendships this year? What do you need to do? What do you need to work on? Okay. Do you need to move on from some people? Do you realize that the type of um, care, the love, the empathy that you show for people, that they don't do the same for you? Are you in toxic relationships that you have not, been able to shake off? What are some of the things that you need to do for yourself? Do you need to walk away from some people? Do you need to have that conversation to pinpoint some of the things you've been observing in your friendship? Do you need to reduce the amount of time you spend around some people? What is it that you need? Do you need therapy? Do you need to speak to someone? What are some of the things that you need to do? Okay. Some things don't last forever. You can remember even when you started kindergarten, you may have had like really good friends that you hung out with. You were at their homes, you had parties together, you grew up together and stuff. Don't you realize that you didn't make it on the journey with them? Because everybody has different stages of their life that they have to move on. It's okay. It is okay. It's okay. It's okay to move on in life. It is okay. So please realize that there are times when you just have to call a thing, look at the signs, and deal with it. If you've grown apart, you've grown apart. If there's lack of equity in your relationship, if you can't trust people, all of these things, think about it and make that decision. Okay, if you can talk about it with your friend, do that too. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for contributing to the discussion this morning. I appreciate you all. Have a wonderful day. Have a blessed day. I hope you have a blessed year, matter of fact. Okay, I appreciate those who support from the bushes because you got people who stay up there, they don't drop down, but it's okay because I understand. I was in the bushes for a number of years too before I came down. Okay. So I get that part. Thank you for those who support genuinely or who, contribute and support in different ways. I appreciate you all. All I require over here is a thumbs up. That's it. All I require over here is be a part of the conversations. That's it. Okay. I appreciate you all. I really do. And thank you for supporting my channel. I am here almost a year doing stuff. Well, not a full year because I was just doing stuff in and out. But of late I decided to start coming live a little bit more when I have the time. So that's what I've been doing, and we'll see how it goes. So I enjoy having the discussions with you guys, and I like your input and stuff. I'm gonna see what this new year brings. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'm gonna go. We're gonna listen to some drumming, and we're gonna be out of here. Okay. Bye. I appreciate you guys, and for those who, nah, let me leave on a positive note. Let me leave on a positive note. Let me leave on a positive note. Love your friends, appreciate your friends, especially the ones who are there for you. If you got friends you need to let them off at the bus stop, let them off and keep driving. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Have a productive day. And I'll see you when I see you again, okay? Bye. Bye, everybody. I love a good drawing. Bye.